Yes, everybody in Chile, all the people that's been asking, you've been supporting him, CC, on your channel for 2 years. 2 years. And now he's making better and better videos, as you're going to see here. He's becoming what I feel is going to be a global sensation. He sings in his native tongue, Spanish, but he also sings in English. And when he does sing in English, the old soul comes out and he sings like Michael Bublé. He is the new. You go down Sinatra, Michael Bublé, and all those what I call old swing song kind of singers, performers, and you've got the new global sensation. I'll keep calling him that until it goes in the face of everybody. And then I'll smile, sit back and say, yes, I knew he would make it big. I supported Diana Ankudinova from Russia, and before the war, she was getting millions and millions and millions of views from all over the world. And then people sided with their conscience about the war itself between Russia and Ukraine. But I've still supported her on my channel, and she's the top performing young woman artist on my channel due to her popularity. She sings in several languages, but Nico, when he sings in English, just reminds me of a young, thriving Frank Sinatra. But when he sings, Michael Bublé overtures come out in my head. Cadillac will be no different, I'm sure. I'm delighted he's come out with a new video. I'm delighted to be supporting him again. And for those people that say, but who is he? I'll give you the touch of a little bit of background about him. And we obviously have to translate it into English. Nicholas Ruiz, which is his name, has a series on Instagram. Follow his links in the description below, announcing and remembering certain concerts, and one of them was in Talca. After that concert, the singer shared a series of videos recorded by his fans where he can be seen performing various songs, and you'll see that on YouTube. And he uploaded a photo to his social network with a fan who assured, "I can die happy for meeting the young national star in person. He's so sociable, he gives to his fans, and they support him in their millions." I would have said thousands this time last year, but it's creeping upwards for this young man. The passage of Nico has come from appearing on The Voice, and we must remember how Nico's time was on that successful talent show. From his first appearance on The Voice, he managed to captivate the coaches with his special tone of voice. After receiving several offers, he decided to choose Cami Gallardo. Their relationship is still very good, and he still supports him musically now that he's branched out on his own. And at the time, we were all very clear that Nico was going to reach a very high point in his career. And I think this is a turning point, this video. I think now he's starting to become much more professional, much more adept at videos, and just doing a polished act to accompany that wonderful polished voice. As he said at the time, The Voice was just a springboard for exposure. And I feel that he was so much more than The Voice. But it gave him the freedom to believe and create with his heart, which he's done. And I've done, I think, 6 or several reactions. I think this is my 7th reaction to his voice and music. Some in English, some also in Spanish. And this one is in Spanish. And Your Identity, I feel, came across more and more in the videos. And I think it will come across more in this particular video. He always thanks his fans for being here, but at the same time, we thank him for continuing in the belief that someday world recognition and domination will come to him in a genre of music, of pop crossover to, think of Frank Sinatra and that genre of music, and you will understand that there's a need for fresh blood to come up and rise. And this is the man to do it. Let's enjoy. Have the lyrics in front of me, and And as always, I'll give you my interpretation straight after. Let's enjoy my journey with Nico Ruiz to the very top. And hopefully he'll be driving the Cadillac that appears in this as his own. Take it away.
Dime qué puedo ofrecerte pa' que ya no estés más sola. Otra ronda de roncola, un tema en la rocola, un Rolex oxidado pa' olvidarnos de la hora. Baby, esa sonrisa bonita, mañana no sé dónde está, pero esta noche voy sin prisa, bonita. Hoy el tiempo vuela para atrás. Vámonos en el Cadillac. Ninguna tiene la mitad de lo que tienes tú. Ese flow, ese groove, ese mood. Vámonos en el Cadillac. Ninguna tiene la mitad de lo que tienes tú. Mi nuevo Red Bull que me encanta. Eres la poesía que me haría llorar. Esa melodía que quería cantar. Otros hacen poco y dicen mucho. Prendemos otro pucho, fumemos a la orilla del mar y nos vemos hasta las 6. En el Club 46. Luego nos escapamos que te quiero conocer, porque tengo más de lo que te puedo ofrecer. En la banda sonora de la hora y del ayer, él es solo otra moda que va a desaparecer. Vámonos en el Cadillac. Ninguna tiene la mitad de lo que tienes tú. Ese flow, ese groove, ese mood. Vámonos en el Cadillac. Ninguna tiene la mitad de lo que tienes tú. Mi nuevo Red Bull que me encanta. Le diré a la luna que se quede justo aquí y detener la noche junto a ti. Dime qué puedo ofrecerte pa' que ya no estés más sola. Otra ronda de roncola, un tema en la rocola. Pide lo que quieras, baby. Vámonos en el Cadillac. Ninguna tiene la mitad de lo que tienes tú. Ese flow, ese groove, ese mood. Vámonos en el Cadillac. Ninguna tiene la mitad de lo que tienes tú. Mi nuevo Red Bull que me encanta.
I have to say, I can see you driving the best of Cadillacs in years to come after listening to that. Absolutely phenomenal, Nico. You know I'm a big supporter. And it was great that Nico came back on a video and left a great comment just saying thanks for the support. Always, young man. If I had a musical son, it would be you. Musically, I'm in love with what you're doing because I love to see unknown artists like yourself to the western side of the English speaking hemisphere discover you and discover your talents. You've got a phenomenal support in Chile and it's creeping out. Tentacles are moving for everyone starting to embrace what you're about. You are that little gem that's shining brighter and brighter, and I know in difficult times musically in the world it's tough to make it, but your concerts are growing and growing and people are wanting more and more, and that is just what you're about. What was in that video, the voice, the presence. I can see you starring in films, Nico. I can. I've always said that you're going to be a film singer, TV presenter, all of it. You'll do a lot in your young life. Now my check for reacting and supporting you will be at a time when you explode and I know that you're worth multi-millions, I'll write my blank check and you, Nico, have to fill in the notes. That's going to be the deal, and you send it to Ireland with love. Okay, so that's it, young man, well done. Let's get into the lyrics itself. It says, tell me what I can offer you so that you are no longer alone. Another round of rum cola, a theme on the jukebox, a rusty Rolex to forget about the time. Baby, that pretty smile. I don't know where she is tomorrow, but tonight I'm not in a hurry. Pretty. Today, time flies backwards. So it's a reflective song. It's the first time I'm analysing these lyrics. He's looking back, I think, on times when he used to rush things and go into, well, considering he's a young man, that would have been termed in English as puppy love. And he went into puppy love and he experienced. But as he matures, as his music matures, his career matures, his outlook on life is different. And as he says, he's not in a hurry. Today, time flies backwards. He just reflects. So he's in a reflective mood. So let's go to the second. It says, let's go in the Cadillac. None has my half of what you have. That flows, that grooves, that mood. Let's go in the Cadillac. None of my half of what you have. My new old school that I love. So the Cadillac just represents past emotions. Something that's beautiful, that's formed beautifully, that stands the test of time. And that's the things that is symbolic with love. And that's what he's trying to express. You're going to be, the love I have for you will stand the test of time, just like this beautiful Cadillac. And even when I drive the car, I don't feel complete unless you're sitting next to me. But the question with what I would say to Nico and people in that position is, we don't know who we're going to drive the rest of our life all the way down that road to wherever life takes us. Who is going to be next to us? There'll be a series of people sitting next to you. But whilst it's empty, there's no harm in wishing for something that is magical. And it's about reflection. It's about wishing not to be alone. It's about the Cadillac being that car that will take him and his future love on a wonderful journey. He said, you are poetry that would make me cry, he continues. That melody that I wanted to sing. Others do little and say a lot. Let's take another Pucho. And we smoke on the seashore. And we don't see until 6 in the club 46. Then we escaped that I want to meet you because I have more than he can offer you. The soundtrack of now and yesterday. He's just another fan that's going to go away. So to summarize that, that's just about when he thinks of words to describe his love, it's almost like a poem. I love you not. There used to be flowers that people called love me nots, and you used to pull the leaves and you used to go around the flower, and the last leaf will tell you if you were going to get love and find love, and you say, I love me not, I love you, I love me not, I love you. And in the end, it usually was 100% correct, and it was an old mythical way of finding love. But with Nico, he likes to romanticize love and reflect and make it happy. He doesn't want love to disappoint him. He hasn't found disappointing love. And with Nico's looks and talent, I'm sure he's never going to find disappointing love. What's going to happen to a young man like him is lots of people will want a piece of him. But Nico's way of it is escaping. I'm enjoying life. It's like poetry in motion. How I feel about my life, how I feel about people that's been involved. But there is a special somebody. There is, and it's a comparison that he's making. I want somebody that made me feel like this. Because he continues, let's go in the Cadillac. None is my half of what you have. So his other half of his heart is still with somebody. That flows, that grooves, the mood, the Cadillac. None is my half of what you have. my new old school that I love. In other words, he's got a new way of looking at love, a new way of accepting, but at the same time he wants a taste of what he had before. And he goes up, I'll tell the moon to stay right here and stop the night next to you. He needs love. He wants sex. Yes, that word, 3-letter word. He wants passion. But he wants it with a special somebody. Because he says, tell me what I can offer you so that you are no longer alone. Another round of rum cola, a theme on the jukebox. Ask what you want, baby. So let's party, let's groove, let's meet, let's have some fun, let's rekindle what we had in the past, is what he's saying. Let's go in the Cadillac. None is my half of what you have. That flows, that grooves, that mood. In the Cadillac. None is my half of what you have. My old new school is what I love. In other words, what he loves is remembering the good times and trying to ignite the present situation with those times, either with that person or with somebody new. Whatever journey you're on in life, if it's like Nico, I wish you happiness, because we all need that. We all need to feel that void filled with love. It's as simple as that. And let's all take the Cadillac to where it takes us. Don't forget to comment, like and subscribe. Thank you for your comment, Nico, by the way, on the last video. Take care.